First 15 years. Our story. We begin in 1999 and for 3 years 6,151 persons benefited from housing and 75,000 persons benefited from electrification in 79 villages around Kosovo. 3,500 pupils in the municipality of Malasheva benefited from rebuilding of 2 high schools, 4 elementary schools and 1 gym. We improved access to healthcare for approximately 40,000 beneficiaries through construction of healthcare centres in Albana, Peja, Banja and Loza. Provided financial and technical support leading to the establishment of an administrative services division of the Kosovo Police Service. And re-established independent media in Kosovo through financial support of $15 million.
It must have been some 15 years ago, most probably, in summer 1999. I was on duty in Tajikistan when I received a telephone call from the then bureau director responsible for Europe and the CIS that suddenly asked me if I were available to go on duty to Kosovo and establish the first UNDP operation there. Kosovo has just overcome an historical crisis that we all were following with trepidation. And the UN was about to launch one of the biggest operations ever. And I was asked if I were willing to go and set up a UNDP office. And I immediately answered yes, of course. I do not know why, but I felt this sort of call of destiny, this enthusiasm, this sense of moral commitment, of opportunity to fulfill the role of the UN, giving shape to the dream of a people, to look at the future with brighter eyes. We had to set up an operation from the scratch, which means finding a building, recruiting the staff, and above all identifying the focus of our program, why we were there, how we could possibly make sense of the enormous assortment of challenges before us. We had to recruit the staff, and that was our luck. We found very quickly a remarkable assortment of extremely qualified staff that were ready to take up job with the UN in administration, in finance, a program that made the operation possible, in fact. Those very qualified Kosovo joined the UNDP operation. And very quickly we set up a very large operation, infrastructure rehabilitation, development, governance, peace and reconciliation. It was quickly a very large portfolio of programs. Now, looking back at this operation, perhaps the biggest challenge that we had is making sure that the Kosovars were in the driving seat. They had to guide us on making us appreciating what was needed.
Between 2003 and 2004, we built capacities for 1,700 staff of Kosovo institutions, including permanent secretaries, chief executives, Kosovo police, through training programs within and outside Kosovo, provided institution building support, technical assistance, training and equipment to Kosovo Assembly, ministries, 10 out of 30 municipalities and the Kosovo Police Service. 1,500 persons from vulnerable groups benefited from rebuilding of 300 houses across Kosovo. We built 156 houses for returnee families. Designed the first municipal-level human development indices to help mayors improve the quality of life of the citizens in their municipalities. Supported e-governance in municipalities by developing their IT infrastructure and training more than 900 municipal staff. Launched the Capacity Development Facility with placement of 20 advisors in Kosovo institutions.
So Andrew and team, thank you for inviting me to say a few words about the 15-year anniversary of UNDP in Kosovo. It's just thinking about that office makes me smile, makes me laugh. Some incredibly great memories of a family that was very close, that did some great things together. For me, the high point professionally, and it was watching what we did with Albanians and Serbians working together on housing construction. Towards the end of a very large housing program, we managed to get much more involved in the returns process, much more involved and ambitious about getting Serbian communities to rebuild Albanian houses and Albanian volunteers to rebuild Serbian houses, and it was incredible taste of what was possible even relatively soon after the war, what had been before, what could be again, and gave me a huge amount of inspiration for Kosovo and also for the role that the United Nations and particularly the UNDP can have.
Between 2005 and 2006, the active employment measures that we designed were incorporated in the Youth Employment Action Plan. We supported the establishment of the Office of Public Safety through knowledge sharing and recruitment of staff, supported usage of technology in 8 municipalities through installing the intranet and training municipal staff in its use, facilitated the return of 139 IDP families, and supported the establishment of the Anti-Corruption and Transparency Civil Society Coalition.
My name is Christine Roth. I was the UN Development Coordinator in Kosovo in 2004 and 2005. Professionally, it was one of the most exciting and rewarding assignments I have had. In the UNDP office, I worked with an extraordinarily dedicated team, and together we developed an excellent relationship with all our partners, including the government of Kosovo. My fondest memory is the development of the first UNDP-sponsored employment program at a time when unemployment soared at record level in the country. The program started as a rapid employment scheme and has laid out the foundation for a broader and more sustainable employment policy. The Ministry of Labour at the time had a very, very important role in the development of the program. And I'm very gratified to see that the program is going on, and it's now firmly established in Kosovo with the involvement of numerous partners. Getting back to UNDP, since it is its 15th anniversary, I firmly believe that the policies and programs of the organization have always tried to respond to the needs of the government. But most of all, people are making a difference. The UNDP team is young, dynamic, and committed to bring the best to its environment. I wish them, I wish UNDP, I wish the government of Kosovo the best for this anniversary and for the numerous ones to come.
Between 2007 and 2010, 170 displaced families received housing and economic support package. 1,500 members of the Kosovo Protection Corps were provided with support for smooth integration in civil life. 1,000 were provided with business grants. We supported 96 joint projects and 200 beneficiaries on municipal capacity building, small enterprise startups and community empowerment in Mitrovica region and Zvečan. Increased capacities of the justice sector through training of 53 judges and prosecutors, placement of 60 interns in courts throughout Kosovo and 20 interns in the Ministry of Justice. Brought social inclusion and MDGs onto Kosovo's agenda through the MDG Baseline Report and the Social Inclusion White Paper. Supported the tools for the implementation of the Small Arms and Light Weapons Control and Collection Strategy. Strengthened capacities in Kosovo to address environmental hotspots, supported clean-up and remediation of 2 mines, Stanturg and Artana, and together with the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, organised professional practice in enterprises for 2,000 vocational education students and for the lessons learned into the Strategy and Action Plan for Vocational Education Training Professional Practice 2013 to 2020.
Mir Dita, Dobre Den, Kosovo. It's a greeting from Frode here in Bet Hanoun in Gaza. And congratulations on the 15th anniversary. I think looking back at great achievements, I think it was first of all we who at that time invented UNKT, the United Nations Kosovo team. And that was perhaps small of the many anecdotes, but I think also at that time we succeeded in transforming the office into being more than an agency for the return of minority refugees, into expanding into other areas, including of course what eventually became a NATO trust fund in security sector reform and the transformation of the KPC. I'm sure those who were there would remember it at that time. Of course, also Mitrovica sub-office and what we did in Mitrovica. So enjoy the anniversary, dear colleagues. I wish I could be there with you. I can see many of the names, no mentioned, no forgotten. So all the best to all of you, and Miru Pavshim, do viđenje.
Between 2011 and 2013, we developed the Labour Market Information System and Employment Management Information System, linked to all labour market institutions for delivery of improved public employment services, and the new Social Assistance Scheme Information System to enable improved targeting of social assistance beneficiaries and to link them to the labour market. We also provided funds for 29 micro-enterprises for upgrade and employment generation, prepared an environmental risk assessment and action plan for Mitrovica North, Mitrovica South and Zvečan, supported Trepča developing its environmental management plan, and the establishment of a sustainable development framework for Dragaš. Our recommendations for social assistance indexation were incorporated in the Sectoral Strategy for Employment and Social Inclusion 2014 to 2020. 7,152 people benefited from 8 UNDP-supported legal aid offices and the Legal Aid Mobile Clinic. We supported the Mediation Commission in establishing its secretariat and 3 mediation centres, provided expert support to Kosovo Probation Service, Kosovo Judicial Institute, Kosovo Judicial Council, Kosovo Prosecutorial Council, Office of the Disciplinary Prosecutor, Ombudsperson Institution, the Association of Judges and the Kosovo Chamber of Advocates, and in collaboration with BIRM developed a transparency and accountability tool, Kalza.com, to report corruption. 33 municipalities have placed the website on their pages. 1,203 corruption cases were reported by citizens, 200 verified. 25 cases were shared with relevant institutions. 155 cases were used for newspaper articles and TV reports.
Mirdita, Mirimanjes, friends in Kosovo. I'm here in Fiji. Wanted to wish you a wonderful 15th happy birthday to UNDP. I wanted to say that all the fantastic work that the office has been doing continues to inspire me in my work here every day, particularly the work on governance, all of the access to justice, rule of law work, the work on the post-2015 that the office was engaged in, and many other things. I also have a lot of good memories from the fantastic policy and research work that you did, all of the National Human Development Reports, the Public Pulse. I can't mention everything, but just to say that most of all, I really enjoyed the special atmosphere in the office, all of the good friends and colleagues, and I miss you all and wish you all the best.
In these 15 years, we supported drafting of more than 10 strategies including peace-building challenges of Kosovo in transition, anti-corruption, domestic violence, climate change, employment and social inclusion, diaspora, public administration reform, drafted tens of pieces of legislation on weapons, civil use of explosives, domestic violence, environmental protection, waste management, obligations in legal aid, labour and employment. 36,341 persons benefited from our training and employment opportunities. We strengthened advocacy and evidence-based policy making by bringing to the light perceptions and opinions of more than 500,000 Kosovans via a huge number of reports and surveys, including the Human Development Report, Early Warning System, Public Pulse, Kosovo Remittance Studies, Kosovo Mosaic, Mitrovica North Opinion Poll, and many more. We thank all our friends who made each and every step of this journey possible, and look forward to continuing serving the people of Kosovo to build a better future.